So, before religions came in, what were human beings doing? Are you saying that human beings before religions came in did not have humanity? They did not have love? Humanity was already there. So your first question is a very pertinent question. What is humanity? Is it religion? So the first thing we got to ask ourselves, how old is humanity and how old is religion? All right? Then we will know which is older, which has a stronger foundation, and which is more important for the world to progress. Yeah? So human beings have been around for, this form of human beings have been around for 200,000 years. Religions have been around for 2,000 years. Okay? So before religions came in, what were human beings doing? Are you saying that human beings before religions came in did not have humanity? They did not have love? They did not have children? They did not have their spouses? They did not have their offsprings? Right? So before religions came in, humanity was already there. Human beings were pretty civilized as well, because before religions came in, we had civilizations. Okay? The civilizations were there. People were living. People were having families. They were having children. They were having friends. They had rich people. They had poor people. And humanity was obviously there. These civilizations were good human beings. So then, about 2,000 years ago, religions came. Okay, one religion after another started being created. And, if I may say, this is a very sometimes contentious thing, right? But no harm talking about it. If we don't talk about it, we will never learn. In fact, most of the civilizations were actually destroyed by religions. The religious practitioners destroyed and sort of killed off civilizations by using all sorts of different methodologies to say that, oh, you are doing the wrong thing in this way, you are doing the wrong thing in that way, this you cannot do like this, and so on and so forth. So more or less religions finished off all the ancient civilizations. In fact, if I'm not wrong, I think the Indian civilization is the only ancient surviving civilization now. Yeah? So we have to understand what is humanity, since when has it existed, and what is religion, since when have religions existed. Our answer is very clear then. Let's understand that today many parts of the world are multiracial, multi-religious, multi-ethnic. Many parts of the world. Of course, Malaysia has got a slightly larger interracial, interreligious population, but the mixed race, mixed religious population today exists in all parts of the world. Right? So, in Malaysia, what's happened is, I think if we look back 50 years ago, okay, the different ethnic groups were actually very good friends with each other. And I have the fortune to be born at that era when I had very good friends of all ethnic groups, whether we were Malays, whether we were Chinese, whether we were Indians or Sabahans or Sarawakians. We were very good friends, and we lived together. And we, to a very large extent at that time, we wouldn't look at each other's ethnicity or religion if we wanted to help each other. We would do it because of humanity. You are a fellow human being, I'm a fellow human being. Now, whatever help we all need, we will help each other. So So that's how we operated. And actually we were a very, very successful country if you look at it, and from that point of view, If I may digress a little bit, just look at our sports team at that time, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, right? We had the best football team with the different ethnic groups playing in the football teams. We had one of the best hockey teams in the world with the different ethnic groups. We had one of the best badminton teams in the world with the different ethnic groups, right? But then what happened is, I think to a large extent, politics took over, right? So for politics to rule, for politics to survive, there's got to be a formula. And I suppose the easiest formula is divide and rule. So, every politician jump on the bandwagon, and this is not peculiar only to Malaysia. It's happening everywhere in the world, right? So politicians use this opportunity to divide people because that is a vote bank for them. The more you divide somebody, then the more you can secure that vote bank. It's a simple formula. So since the Malay population is larger, so I suppose the efforts were being made, how can we secure all the Malay votes? And then another group comes and say, how do we secure all the Chinese votes? And another group comes and say, how do we secure all the Indian votes? So this divisiveness is definitely not humanity, right? Humanity has been in existence way before religions came about. So if we want to understand humanity, humanity has been around way before religion. So religion cannot absorb or swallow humanity. But the reverse is possible. Humanity can manage religions of different types, But religions cannot say that humanity is my particular speciality. No, any religion can come and say that humanity is my speciality. This religion has humanity, and that religion doesn't have humanity. Nobody can come and say that. Right? So in Malaysia, we are in a peculiar position. In fact, I think we are in a very delicate position. We have to get our act together. We have to come back as human beings. We have to come back as Malaysians, and everything else should be secondary. And I think that will make us again a very, very successful nation. To a very large extent, all over the world, religion has been hijacked by politicians. Okay, and the politicians will use the religion in their benefit. Okay, so Malaysia, we really need to be aware of this. And as you rightly said yourself, there's no religion that will come and tell you to do bad things. But then politicians, for them to survive, because politics has become a career now. Politics in the early days was an act of serving somebody. Okay? And I think we know when we look back at some of our initial leaders, they hardly had any wealth with them, they hardly had any big cars, big houses with them. But today, if you're a politician and if you don't have a lot of wealth and if you don't have huge cars and flashy cars to drive, then something is wrong with you. You're not successful, you see. So the whole thing has been misused. The religious agenda has been misused. And in Malaysia, because of sometimes if I can use the word, the insecurities of one religion against the other, in terms of the vote bank, the politicians keep using it over and over again. And this, in a sense of the word, is indoctrination. They start to brainwash the masses. And then when you become successful enough in brainwashing the masses, after a certain point in time, the masses will stop asking you questions. They will start believing what you're telling them. Because it's been pumped into their head so many times that it becomes the truth, you see. So that's what has happened. But I think fortunately today, with the advent of technology and social media, a lot of new aspects of religion, new aspects of humanity are coming out. A lot of good things are coming out. Whenever someone says the wrong things, they're going to get caught, and there's going to be sort of a rebuttal or a rejoinder coming out in the social media. So people have to be very careful that now when they speak, they have to say the right things. They must know the facts. And Malaysia, we are in such a beautiful country. We are in fact such a blessed country, you know. But if we are not careful, right, we can lose this. Don't take anything for granted. And the way to understand that is just to look at history. There have been so many other blessed countries and rich countries who thought that this will be forever, but eventually those countries went down. There are so many such countries, and history is the best teacher for us. So we shouldn't think that we are special and that we can never go down the road where we see bad days and bad times. It can happen to us if we are not careful. It can happen to us if our politicians are not careful. It can happen to us if our people start to believe that wrong is right. If our people start to believe corruption is okay. If our people start to believe, I only need to take care of my own kind. I only need to take care of my people of my own religion or my own race. Don't care about the others. That is the beginning of not good things to come in any country in the world. So Malaysia has to learn from that. Please, we cannot take it for granted. A blessing has been given to us. You know, a blessing is like a bank balance. You know, the Almighty has given us a bank balance of so much. It's a question of how we use it now. If we use it wrongly and exhaust all the bank balance, and then going forward, we will be in negative debit. It's an excellent question, actually. Stereotyping has become an order of the day now. You know, just to stereotype that my religion represents this. The other religion comes and says my religion represents this. And the religions, also known as religious leaders, have got into a rat race today. All religions are in a rat race. Which one of us are better? Who is better? I'm better or you are better? Which one of us has got more followers? The one with the more followers is supposed to be better. The one with the less followers is supposed to be the less better one. So yes, stereotyping, religion, it's a very serious problem. And like I said, it's not just in Malaysia, but in Malaysia it's very important because this is our country. And this country has been built and been blessed, and so much has gone into it. We cannot let this fall, you know. So stereotyping is being used all the time, and we have to realize that. And I think until the people don't realize it, the leaders will continue using it. So it's time the people educate themselves, and the peoples learn that our leaders are not necessarily always saying the right thing. And when that happens, I think there will be more maturity in the people, and the stereotyping may stop. So coming out of the stereotyping, it's definitely very sad to see when people of one religion say that I can only help my own religion. You know, how does that thought ever come in the mind that if I help someone of another religion, then I'm actually betraying my religion? It's really a thought that is so shocking, and I must say, unfortunately, this is very prevalent in Malaysia today. You know, we know our political parties are all race-based, and we only want to help our own race. Religions are competing with each other so aggressively that we want to only help people of our own religion and help somebody of another religion if the guy is willing to come out to our religion. So all kind of platforms are being used just to stereotype race and religion. And at the end of the day, I think this is not going to be good for the country, it's not going to be good for the people. We have to realize that humanity is here for everybody. And frankly, very often people say God did not create religion. God created human beings. And then human beings went and created religions. So this is something also for us all to contemplate. That is that true? Is what I'm saying true? That God created humanity and then human beings created religion? Is it true or is it not true? It's worth thinking about it, And what is the role of religion in this world? How can religion make this world a better place? Today, the religion is actually challenging humanity, fighting against humanity. And if I don't like what you say, I become violent. Is that religion? I don't know. I find it very difficult to believe that that can be religion, you see. So humanity is about love, about giving, about understanding, and things like that. And I think the sooner that all of us in the world, and especially in Malaysia, get onto that path, the better it is for all of us. Love of one religion better than the love of another religion. Blood of one religion better than the blood of another religion. Heart of one religion better than the heart of another religion. It doesn't exist. Today if a baby is born, let's say in a Hindu family, and is adopted by a Muslim, now how do you say that person's heart is different now just because the religion has changed? It all depends now how that child is going to be brought up. Is the child going to be brought up with compassion, with love, with the sense of giving, with the sense of embracing the world? Or is the child going to be brought up to hate your neighbor because he's of a different religion? Hate your friends because your friends believe in eating different things? Or hate another group of people because they pray in a different way? So it's all in our hands today, in the hands of the people. We have to really wake up if we want to make this world a better place. I hope that humanity becomes a religion. Not religion becomes humanity, but humanity becomes a religion. If all of us adopt humanity as a religion and say that we're going to be good to each other, and I don't care what race you belong to, what religion you belong to, what nationality you belong to, or even what gender you belong to, but I'm going to be good to you and you're going to be good to me. This is what the world needs today. The world needs compassion, love, giving, and embracing each other. It's not rocket science, it's so simple.